These are the best two players in the world of darts at the moment.
Big roll from Gervin Price. Look at the snap.
The Iceman coming.
Oh, wow!
Back in business, the Green Machine.
This is ridiculous, I tell you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the action. We are coming to you live on Sky Sport from the O2 in the great city of London. And it's the moment we've all been waiting for. The final of the Kazoo Premier League. All brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the finalists. Would you please welcome back the winner of 30 PDC titles worldwide into his first ever Premier League final. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the World Cup, 3 Grand Slams, a World Grand Prix champion, and the former champion of the world. The Iceman, Gervin Price. The winner of 150 PDC titles worldwide. Looking for his record 7th Premier League title. The reigning and defending 6-time Premier League champion and a 3-time champion of the world.
Wow, I am looking forward to this. What a final we are about to be treated to between Price and Van Gerwen. Well, Gervin Price topped the league stage after winning 4 nights. He was in 9 finals across those 16 weeks. He won in Cardiff, won in Nottingham, Newcastle and Brighton. And he ended up finishing top of the lot. His first time qualifying for finals night here at the O2. Started the night as favourite, didn't show a single jot of pressure in his semi-final against Johnny Clayton. 10-2 it ended. Price with a 107.5 average, fired in 6 180s, nailed 45% of his doubles as well, and finished with a fantastic double-double 1-3-1 finish. And said when I spoke to him earlier, well, there's more to come tonight. Might be scary for Michael Van Gerwen then. Well, Van Gerwen is, of course, the reigning champion. He's won this event 6 times, level with Phil Taylor in terms of titles, looking to go 1 better and 1 clear here tonight. Across the season, he had 3 night wins. There's 3 on the spin, actually. Dublin, Exeter and Liverpool, and was in 5 finals. And in the semi-final earlier here, well, we saw him beat the world #1, Michael Smith, 10-8, and dispel a lot of those question marks that maybe surrounded him coming into tonight. Right, who wins then For the final time this Premier League season, I will hand you over to our comms team of Wayne Mardle and Rod Studd.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, the curtain about to come down on an epic 2023 Premier League darts campaign. This is the 17th night, and this is the 114th and most important match. Michael van Gerwen, the defending champion, looking to win the Premier League from third. Only one man has ever done that before, and that's Gary Anderson. Gerwen Price, the league leader, looking to win the Premier League for the first time. 81. Bookmakers make Price 4-6 and Van Gerwen 6-5. How do you see it, Wayne Mardle?
Yeah, I make Price favourite. I've said it time and time again. Price looks more likely to me to play somewhere near
45.
Peak Price rather than MVG to play near peak MVG, and that was happening
58.
In the semi-final for huge chunks of it against Michael Smith. That's what gave him the 7-3 lead at the break. But Price, he was irresistible against Johnny Clayton, and let's just hope that the pair of them can play just like they did in their semi-finals, because if they do, this, you feel, could go all 21 legs. Let's hope so.
One semi-final was a rout, the other one was a roller coaster ride.
Yes.
Price averaged 107 and change in demolishing Clayton 10-2. Van Gerwen did the damage early, as Wayne alluded to there, against Michael Smith. Got home 10-8 with an average of 101 and a half. So Price, the better performance over the season and the better performance so far tonight. But this is a different match. And Van Gerwen will have the first chance to take the lead on double 10 here. 16 dart leg to open up. In it goes. Van Gerwen has the early lead here.
He's been good at double 10 this evening. Really has. He's had the measure of that. Not so much tops, but he's certainly got the measure of double 10. When you start going double 5 and then splitting, Price just doing some running repairs. Just getting some, I think it's a new stem maybe, or a new flight protector or something. Not quite sure, but you've got to have spares at hand. There we see the OCD. Did you see the bottle cap right on the bullseye on the table, because it's made up of a dartboard? Fascinating.
I did notice that, because I've seen you do things similar to that, Wayne, organising things in a line on a desk and stuff. And
yeah.
Looking at my hotel room in a funny way, because things aren't quite as organised in my room as they are in yours.
It's quite organised.
Well, all right, I throw things everywhere, but...
You found a shoe under a pillow, and that said pillow was somehow under the mattress. How does that happen?
Back to the darts. Van Gerwen has won the Premier League Championship at the O2 on 5 occasions. 13, 16, 18 and 19. And Taylor was beaten twice, Wright once, Smith once, Cross once. Lost in 2 finals to Barney and Anderson. But generally, he's been the dominant darting force at this tremendous arena.
The reigning champ's not going to give it up so simply. But Price, he'd better start finding it.
72.
This is for a break of throw, and we know already the early exchanges can set the tone. Double 11.
102.
Well, it was an early shot across the bows, but Price with a 2-dart combo. 2 darts at tops here to level the match after a scare from Van Gerwen, and he does level the match. There was a scare, but Van Gerwen didn't convert the scare into a success and a break of throw. It could have been 2-0. It's not 2-0. It's 1-1.
97.
Every leg is vital.
Of course. They all count one.
They all count one. As the game progresses, it gets more and more exciting, and the legs appear to be more and more important.
Yes.
But the legs that Van Gerwen won early against Smith proved priceless, didn't they?
Yeah.
In the end, as he hung on to win.
Quite rightly said, Roderick. Some just appear way bigger than others, but they all count as one. Michael van Gerwen in front in this leg and ploughing on.
Now, since the Premier League moved to a playoff format with the semi-finals and the final on the same night, in its early form the final was played on a separate night, when Phil Taylor beat Colin Lloyd in the opening final. It's been 10 wins for the player playing in semi-final 1 and 8 wins for the player playing in semi-final 2. Now, I mean, you can make up all sorts of narratives for that. It's probably that the best player was playing in the first semi-final slightly more often than in the second, but it's just a discussion point, isn't it? Do you think it does give Price some kind of an advantage because he's had his feet up? Van Gerwen has the advantage in terms of the score.
I have no opinion on it.
No.
I believe what you just said is spot on. It's the best player probably won 10 times. Like you said, can spin a narrative on anything, but normally it's down to who's the better player in that particular game.
A good start here by Michael Van Gerwen. 104.25 is average. Gerwin Price over 10 points adrift of the green machine. Now, they've met in the Premier League this season 6 times, 3 apiece. And the one that stands out for me, Wayne, I don't know about you, was the one in Newcastle when Price annihilated Van Gerwen in the final. And if something can be brutal and beautiful at the same time, that performance was it.
It was annihilation, wasn't it?
It was an exquisite performance of the utmost brutality as he took Michael Van Gerwen apart.
Yeah. 96. Yeah, I think this event in particular, as we see him go for a 10. Come on, don't get carried away now. He's not going to do such nonsense when MVG's on 264. Yeah, I really believe, Rodri, that this is the event that has changed people's minds of Gerwin Price. I think they've seen the real Gerwin Price as he wins his second leg. He's hitting the wire of double top. On the inside, he has perfect control of that dart. But I was chatting to a young lady yesterday, Jane, who's new to darts, and she's a new Gerwin Price fan. She thinks that, how can you dislike him when he's so good, he's so brilliant to watch, and he's just so brilliant in general? I believe that this Premier League has seen that kind of supporter for Gerwin Price. There's a new influx of Gerwin Price fans. He's now getting the respect, maybe, that he's deserved all along.
And he's attired himself in the colours of the city he's been playing in, hasn't he, quite often? Obviously in his native Wales, in Cardiff, in red, it's fine. But blue up in Scotland, in Glasgow, for example, and green in Dublin.
Yeah, he's trying harder to ingratiate himself. And I think people are liking the fact that he's trying to be liked, whereas people think, oh, he doesn't care. Of course he cares, he's a human being. We innately want to be loved, we want to be liked, but all right, you can't do everything you can for that to happen. But I believe that this event, win or lose this game, is the making of Price moving forward. I think he's gone up levels.
Very much so. And Van Gerwen here looking to go up to the top of the board for tops, and now switching for double 10 at the single, and now back up to near the first start for double 5, and he gets there in the end to regain the advantage for the 3rd time. And the problem that Price has had is that human beings have a proclivity to form opinions on other human beings that they've never met.
Yes.
And, on the basis of something they saw on the TV, they suddenly took a dislike to a man they'd never met, and that's never a good idea.
And an opinion of someone else's opinion, not even their own. Sheep. Price is the real deal. He is an absolute asset to the sport of darts, just like Van Gerwen has been for over a decade now.
Well, Price now threatening Van Gerwen's position as favourite for most tournaments, favourite here for this match. But we recall, Wade, no doubt you recall, very final in the summer of 2022 against this very same green machine.
Yeah.
Started well, Van Gerwen couldn't hit doubles at the start of the match, and Van Gerwen then reeled in the Iceman to win going away in the end and claim the match play title. Max, number 1 for this match, but 119 for the tournament, and he'll have that particular feather in his cap at the end of it. To go for it, the bullseye, Michael Van Gerwen! The big fish trademark finish from the green machine. We've seen it from him in the Premier League this year. Now we see it in the final.
Well, let me tell you, the setup was just as magnificent as the finish. 57, 57, 25 to score, 139 to leave the 170, then pops the 170.
Very much his signature shot, and a signature shot here of significance in the Premier League final, because it's the break of the Price throw and it extends the Van Gerwen advantage from 3-2 to 4-2. Still early on in the piece, Wayne, but a significant blow nonetheless.
Yes. Don't forget, in the fourth leg, we could have seen a 170 from Price. He decided to go for the 10. These two producing. Price had better watch out here, because all of a sudden, and I mean all of a sudden, MVG is rampant, Rodney.
He's missed darts at double for 2-3 figure out shots, one we just saw there, and then the 1-2-4 in the second leg, but he hit the bullseye for the 170 in the sixth leg. Van Gerwen on top here. And as Wayne says, borderline rampant, and there he goes. Holds throw to underline the break in the sixth, holds throw in the seventh. MVG, the six-time Premier League champ, on the march.
I'm getting so carried away with it, I just called you Rodney instead of Rodri. What's all that about? MVG this evening has been on it.
Well, let's get it right. He came in here under the cloud of an injury, a shoulder problem. Shoulder problem? What problem? The only shoulder here is the cold one he's giving Gerwen Price to follow up the cold shoulder he gave Michael Smith, the world champ.
This is relentless. Absolutely relentless.
Yes, when you doubt this man, Van Gerwen, you run into trouble. Price will not have doubted him, but
no.
Some of us queried. I'll hold my hands up, Wayne. I queried whether Van Gerwen could win tonight with the shoulder problem. I didn't know how fit he was. I still thought he could struggle against Smith in any case.
I agree. Oh, this would help. Bullseye!
128.
There's a look of just acceptance on that.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Double 10. It's simply sensational. And when he plays like that, it's sometimes difficult to remember that he's just a man. But he is not a man. He is Van Gerwen.
If you speak to Michael Van Gerwen, he always believes, and he's always said this, even with Phil Taylor in his pub, he's always said this: if we all play well, I win every day. He's always believed it, and he's never changed from that. He's averaging 108 for huge chunks against Michael Smith. It was the same. It's just brutal from MVG. And Price, it's more likely, Rodri, that he's going to have to improve rather than MVG going off the boil here.
Van Gerwen, when he plays like this, the mind wanders back to 2017 when he played like this almost all the time.
Yep.
He was literally unbeatable, he was unplayable. Yep. It was the Tungsten Terminator Mark II. Phil Taylor had disappeared, really, and Van Gerwen had taken over the mantle. He destroyed everything in his path for several years. But here, we must remember that he's only just over halfway to the winning post here. It's a first to 11 leg game. He's only got to 6. It just seems he's played so beautifully that he's probably on 10, but he's not. He's only on 6. Double 18 now. Oh, wide this time.
He's feeling $1 million right now. And let me tell you, he's feeding off of Price's negativity. He's not acting like the favourite in this match, Price. There's his body language in front of Michael is only spurring on Michael. This isn't all over, we know that. It's 4 more legs yet to win. But Price is going to have to do something ASAP.
100.
It was 2-2.
95.
Not anymore. (7-2) now to the Green Machine, who has won 5 consecutive legs of darts against the man playing the best darts in the world.
177.
This changes everything again, doesn't it? If he wins this, Michael, it's like who's the best player in the world again. We seem to change our minds so frequently because they just keep beating each other with incredible performances on a said evening.
We seem to change our minds so frequently because we do, Wayne. That's the thing. We
Yes.
do. Bullseye! You might change your mind again. He might change the path of this match with that brilliant bullseye finish to check out 161 to counter the Michael van Gerwen surge. Price back on the board. Van Gerwen, though, leads by 4 clear legs in a race to 11. He leads Gerwen Price 7 legs to 3. Some real towelings on this O2 stage in finals. Phil Taylor was demolished 11-3 in 2016, and 2 years later Michael Smith was battered 11-4, and it seemed as though Price was going in a similar direction. But has he managed to stop that tide? He's still 7-3 down. Van Gerwen is still very much in the box seat.
Yes, but Price knows that there's gears.
99.
He knows that he's being outplayed at the moment, but that may not carry on. You just feel that Gerwen Price isn't showing as much fight as we're used to seeing him. There's a little bit of acceptance every now and again.
It may just be that for whatever reason he's not playing at the same level he was in the semi-final against Johnny Clayton when he was sensation. But no 2 games are exactly the same, are they?
And you can't feel the same all the time. Maybe he just feels fine, but it's not happening for him. He's not playing poorly, he's playing well. He's just being outplayed. He's only had 4 darts at a double so far to Van Gerwen's 13. That tells the story. He is being outscored.
Yeah, great point. He's not playing badly. He's averaging 102. He's just being annihilated by a bloke playing far better. Tops here for Van Gerwen for another ton-plus outshot showpiece finish. Whistles over the top. That would have been his 3rd 3-figure outshot of this final.
Oh, messy. That is really messy. You're going to go treble 12? Bullseye now. I really felt he would attack the 36 for the 26, knowing that the bullseye was covered.
Tops here, MVG, double 10. There was a leg towards the back end against Michael Smith where he started faffing.
Yes, but never got punished, did he?
No. Double 12 here to make it interesting. It's interesting now. He's won 2 legs on the trot for the first time in the match. Gerwen Price.
For massive chunks of the semi-final, every mistake, and there weren't many, Michael van Gerwen made, he didn't get punished. That's really the only mistake he's made that Price has actually jumped on. And it's closed the gap. He's now only 3 behind.
129.
This game has legs, literally.
134.
11 of them so far, Wayne, and a maximum of another 10.
100.
That's Van Gerwen's 3rd. Price would have to win 7 of the remaining 10 legs to win from here.
But you've already alluded to the fact that he walloped him 6-0. in the weekly final, so why not? Slightly different situation.
He can do it. Another. Yes, double 12. He delights at aiming at double 12, but that is not a delight to his eye.
No. I've got to say, I felt that was thrown slowly. I don't know if he took his time there, but whatever it was, it didn't work, and that worked. That is a brilliant little pop-pop. Single for double, no drama. Finds the 60. Price has got away with that.
Well, over the weeks, as Wayne's mentioned many times, we've changed our mind about who the best player in the world is, but Van Gerwen here looks like a man who's turned up at the O2 with one mission and one mission only, to say, I'm the best in the world, never mind anybody else.
98.
The argument will rumble on, Wayne, won't it? It'll rumble through Blackpool for the match play, it'll rumble on to Ali Pali for the big one itself, the World Championship, when these two, Ace Arrowsmith and Michael Smith, who's defending his crown, will really be going at it, and many more might throw their hat into the ring. It should be a brilliant championship.
Yeah, the days of darting dominance, and we've only seen it twice in the PDC, Taylor and MVG. I think those days are gone, but winning your fair share can certainly thrust you into a realm of kind of legend come the end of your career. Important misses.
He's missing a few. He's missed 5 darts at double in the last 3 legs. 78 left. 54, 24, double 12 has not been his old mate of yore, and it's not his mate there either.
I know he stops, I know this, and I've mentioned this time after time as well. When you stop, you ruin your rhythm. It's then hard to get the weight of the dart back. And each and every time Gerwyn Price has stopped in this final, he didn't stop in the semi-final. He just kept throwing. Definitely thinking about it.
Well, is this another maxi? It is. And Professor John Park's theory of relativity: if your opponent is closer to the finishing line than you are to him, you're in trouble. Van Gerwen is 2 legs from the finishing line, and Price is 5 legs from Van Gerwen. Price, therefore, is in trouble, serious trouble.
54.
And the problem is becoming insurmountable.
Yeah.
97.
Well, this would be an improbable comeback. Because, not just because of the scoreline, because of the way that they are playing. Something will have to give for Price to mount anything that resembles a comeback. For Van Gerwen to think about it. But all you can do, Rodri, as we say, is 1 leg at a time.
1 dart at a time. This one's at tops. This one's at double 10. Finds its target. Still 4 adrift. No ranking points here in this big final, but sizable checks to be played for. The winner will pick up £275,000. The loser will trouser a cheque for £125,000.
59.
Only. First to 11.
59.
Still got it, 2 more doubles, MVG. It's the great thing about this sport. You can't just see it over the line. You can't be 2-3-0 up with a minute to go and just play for time. You have to hit it.
58.
Well, Van Gerwen averaging 105 and change here, but that nowhere near his best in a final. The one he played best in was against Michael Smith. I mentioned it when he won 11-4 in 2018. Van Gerwen averaged 112.37. Incredible stuff. He's averaged over 100 in multiple finals, almost every one he's played, in fact.
Yeah, this is certainly not unknown territory for MVG. And this would be number 7 as well. Surpassing the amazing Phil Taylor.
150.
3 balls here, Wayne. No.
Slipped.
Double 18 it is. Sensational scenes as he cans another 3-finger out shot. A 170, a 128 and a 150. Exquisite finishing, exhibition finishing from Michael van Gerwen pushes him to the brink of victory and the Premier League title.
He's absolutely battered Price into near submission here. There was most undoubtedly an acceptance in that last throw. The snap from Price, literally throwing as quick as he can. And of course it works.
Well, the quicker Price throws, the quicker this match will be over.
Never, ever doubt Michael van Gerwen.
99.
This isn't done and dusted yet, it's just looking that way.
7 days ago, there was discussion whether Van Gerwen would even play on finals night. Such was that shoulder problem. Not only has he played, he's played like a dream. He's played like the Premier League champion he is and will still be after this match. Now, could he finish with this? Could he?
97.
Well, he's left it handy. Price has to move. You think this is to save the match. That isn't in. You think this is to save the tournament.
40.
The favourite may be beaten.
Double 18 to retain the Premier League title. Double 9. And Michael van Gerwen is in 7th heaven at the O2 Arena. A record-breaking 7th Premier League title for MVG, eclipsing the legendary Phil Taylor's haul of 6. And he's done it with a dominant darting demolition of the table-topper Gerwyn Price. It was swept aside with a barrage of heavy scoring and sensational finishing by Van Gerwen, who romps home to retain his title by 11 legs to 5.
Well, this is a story that started 17 weeks ago in Belfast. We have travelled all over Europe. We've been to Berlin, we've been to Rotterdam. But it all ends with Michael van Gerwen being crowned champion. Once again, here in the capital, it has been an absolutely incredible 4 months, an enthralling and entertaining 4 months. And Michael van Gerwen, tonight, becoming a 7-time Premier League champion. He had a brilliant season, 3 night wins throughout the season, 1 in Dublin, 1 in Exeter, 1 in Liverpool, but it was all about the win here in London, wasn't it? Well, the crowning moment is on its way. Michael van Gerwen being crowned Premier League champion once again. Let's join John McDonald out on the stage.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for our presentation. Would you please welcome, on behalf of the Professional Darts Corporation, the head of commercial, Mr. Adam Perfect, and the chief executive, Mr. Matthew Porter. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, our runner-up receiving £125,000 and the trophy, and that goes to Going Right! And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. Our winner, receiving £275,000, the magnificent Premier League trophy, as we crown him the record-breaking, history-making, 7 times the Premier League champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he is this year's Kazoo Premier League champion, Mighty Michael Van Gerwen.
The 6-time Premier League champion turns to a 7-time Premier League champion and stands alone on 7 now, 1 clear of Phil Taylor. He came to London chasing that record. He's got it, and he has clinched his first major title of 2023. He's defended that title, won it last year, of course, and that sparked an incredible run where he went on to win the World Match Play, went on to win the World Grand Prix, the Players' Championship finals, ended up in the World Championship final as well. You just wonder what impact this win here at the O2 will have this time around. What a night for that man. Right, let's hear from the winner now. Michael Van Gerwen is with Stuart Pike.